Hello, I'm Askar Sherliyev and you're watching the news from Kazakhstan. Tragedy in Pavlodar, a newborn baby died, presumably due to doctors' actions. The family is now looking for those responsible for the incident.
Take care of her and yourself. Home video and pictures are the only memories left for the parents of the little Daria. How can a family waited long 10 years for their child, but the girl lived for only 4 days after doctors of Pavlodar Maternity Hospital gave her an enema with unknown solution.
Our baby's face turned yellow and the doctors said that we should give her an enema and put her under a special lamp.
At first, doctors didn't admit giving an enema to the baby. Later, they said that this was the way they were trying to treat jaundice and the child just stopped breathing all of a sudden. Now the doctors suggest that the girl suffered the sudden death syndrome, citing statistics that Pavlodar has 3 similar cases every year. During the procedure of giving enema, the child began spitting up, which was followed by the signs of asphyxia, respiratory distress. According to the initial findings of coroners, the baby was poisoned by toxic substances of unknown origin, and the final conclusion will be issued in a month. Daria's parents suspect that the girl received a chlorine-containing solution, as it is very unlikely that a healthy baby weighing 4.5 kilos could simply die so suddenly.
I want the guilty nurse and the doctor to be punished. I want these careless workers to resign. We're talking about our children, who are our future.
This is not the similar incident in Pavlodar hospitals. Last year, doctors misplaced a rehydron solution with chlorine and gave it to the baby. Luckily, the baby was saved and the hospital avoided criminal prosecution because of the lack of evidence. Unfortunately, the recent death became already the second tragedy since the beginning of 2010.
Oil industry workers from Zhanaozen refused to listen to the authorities' orders. The strike is continuing even after the city court found it illegal. Protesters were ordered to go back to their workplaces, but only few obeyed.
The court also made a special ruling to the company Exploration and Production Kazmunaygas, which has violated the labor code. Now it is necessary to punish officials responsible for the situation. The city administration has formed a special commission consisting of trade union workers, officials and Kazmunaygas employees. However, no one has been penalized so far. The workers still demand the increase of salaries and dismissal of the leadership of the company. Additionally, they express their distrust to the head of the country's oil industry, Timur Kulibayev. The issue is not resolved yet, and we will be heading there right now. And there are no results too.
Mukhtar Ablyazov made a resounding statement concerning the situation. In his appeal to the strikers, he said that the company Exploration and Production Kazmunaygas has enough money to fulfill all of their demands. Moreover, the company can easily double their wages.
In his letter, Mukhtar Ablyazov says, "Do not believe the complaints of the company's leadership about the lack of assets, as it is a lie. The joint stock company Uzyenmunaygas, being a subsidiary of Exploration and Production Kazmunaygas, is actually controlled by the infamous Timur Kulibayev, the President Nazarbayev's son-in-law. The company has $4.4 billion in free cash flow, and during the devaluation of the currency over the first 3 quarters of 2009, the Exploration and Production Kazmunaygas earned $662 million. The company is now spending its funds buying their preference stock, for which there is no economic necessity, and it is simply yet another shady deal."
Meanwhile, Interfax reports that Kazakh office of the Chinese corporation CNPC refuted Mukhtar Ablyazov's accusations of illegitimacy of Timur Kulibayev's deal with the company on the sale of the state stock in Aktobe-Munaygas. Interestingly, the head office in China is still not commenting on the situation.
Representatives of Kazakh representation of CNPC International state that Ablyazov's accusations are groundless and slanderous. It is emphasized that the CNPC has always conducted its activities in strict accordance with the law and high ethical business standards. Earlier, the former head of BTA Mukhtar Ablyazov has made several claims to Nazarbayev's son-in-law Timur Kulibayev. According to the former, Kulibayev personally received about $166 million after selling the state-owned Aktobe-Munaygas to the Chinese company.
Obviously, Timur Kulibayev, the board chair of Kazmunaygas, has no financial problems, as is evident from the updated list of the richest people in the world according to Forbes magazine.
Timur Kulibayev and his wife Dinara Kulibayeva, the daughter of the President Nazarbayev, were placed 880th on the list. The fortune of each of them is estimated at $1.1 billion. The position is also shared by the board chair of Kazkommertsbank Nurjan Subhanberdin. The richest person in Kazakhstan is Vladimir Kim, the head of Kazakhmys, at 247th place with $3.7 billion. Alijan Ibragimov, the co-owner of the Eurasian Industrial Association, takes the 287th place with $3.3 billion.
It is yet unknown whether relatives of the Kazakh president could end up on another list of supposedly suspicious people in accordance with the new law against money laundering. This week, the Financial Monitoring Committee has already identified some 1,500 people who own more than 1 million tenge, which is about $6,500.
1,500 Kazakh citizens ended up on the blacklist of the Financial Monitoring Committee. This happened within the first 2 days since the launch of the law on countering money laundering. Banks, stock exchanges, insurance companies and even pension funds now have to report about their clients. Hypothetically, any citizen of Kazakhstan who has more than $6,000 can end up in the database of the committee.
This information is supplemented with other data. For example, we will receive notification from our foreign partners if a person monitored was involved in some other crime or made suspicious transactions.
The committee monitors 19 financial operations. Exchange offices too will now have to report about their clients, although they have no instructions on how to do it. The director of the city's chain of exchange offices, Aygul Salibekova, believes that wealthy Kazakh citizens will quickly find loopholes to avoid the attention of financial secret services. We need to send information if, for example, a person exchanged more than $50,000, but he can do it in 10 different exchange offices that are all nearby. The data on suspiciously wealthy citizens will be stored in the Committee of Financial Monitoring. The database is planned to be updated online together with the foreign financial secret services. Musarali Otibayev assures that the rights of ordinary Kazakh citizens will not be violated.
The collection of signatures in support of Mukhtar Jakishev ended with arrests for the members of the unregistered party Alga. The police viewed the actions of activists as the violation of public order. In her turn, the head of the public fund, Aman Saulik, addressed the citizens of Kazakhstan stating Jakishev, the former head of Kazatomprom, was tortured during the trial.
The collection of signatures in support of Mukhtar Jakishev lasted only 10 minutes. Astana's policemen did not appreciate the idea and arrested the activist of the unregistered party Alga. Yet more than 20,000 signatures have been already collected in just a couple of weeks in the regions of the country. Danil Nasenko believes that the nation's opinion can influence a fair court decision.
By collecting signatures, we create some resonance which makes the judge think about the ultimate decision. That is to say, if this didn't happen, then the process would go into a totally different direction.
The leader of the public fund, Aman Saulik Bakhtiyaryanova, gave a speech supporting Mukhtar Jakishev. During the last 10 months spent in the detention wards of the National Security Company, the health of the ex-head of Kazatomprom has deteriorated drastically. Being a physician, she called the failure to provide an adequate medical treatment for the defendant a real torture. This can be seen as torture and blatant violation of human rights. The activist of the party Alga planned to send the collected signatures to the wives of the former head of Uranium Company. Jamila Jakisheva also intends to appeal to various international organizations, although she doubts that they will somehow influence the court's decision. The verdict on the case of Kazatomprom is expected to be issued on March 12th.
Nurlan Beysekeyev, the attorney of Mukhtar Jakishev, told internet portal Respublika Info that the decision on the case of Mukhtar Jakishev will be announced on Friday, March 12th at 3 p.m. in the Sararka District Court of Astana. Previously, it was reported that the verdict will be announced on March 15th. To the other news, railway traffic was stopped on Thursday in the Almaty region due to washout of the roadbed.
According to the Ministry of Transportation and Communications, the train traffic was stopped on March 11th at the Almaty section of the railroad Sarajevo-Zekushtobe. The water from the river Malaya Bije has spilled over from the dam and washed away the railway's mount. 2 passenger trains were stopped on their route from Kızılırda to Semipalatinsk, as well as all trains traveling from Novosibirsk to Almaty and Pavlodar.
Spring floods caused more problems in the south of Kazakhstan due to heavy rains, thaw and rising waters in the river Balıkты. 6 houses were flooded in Taldykurgan, the administrative center of Almaty region.
According to Emergency Ministry, 27 people were evacuated from the area and placed with their relatives while their houses are being protected by the police against looters. Also, several roads leading to 2 farms were cut off by the overflowing Balıkты River. In Aksu and Zhambul districts of the Almaty region, the situation caused by spring floods have stabilized. However, the highway Almaty-Astana is still closed for traffic because of the destroyed road surface.